Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, IDF Chief of General Staff Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi asserts that Iran will face the consequences for its actions. The Islamic Republic of Iran threatens to attack anyone assisting Israel in its pending retaliatory strike throughout the region. U.S. President Joe Biden reiterates his pledge to support Israel, while Russia urges Israel to forgo its retaliatory rights. Jerusalem's War Cabinet held a lengthy meeting to discuss retaliatory options in response to the blatant Iranian attack against Israeli territory, which the RGC executed early on Sunday morning. Israel's top political brass has reportedly decided to retaliate, leaving open only the nature and timing of the attack. Nevertheless, no Israeli political official has yet to speak on the record to confirm that reported decision. In contrast, IDF Chief of General Staff Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi publicly acknowledged during a meeting with fighter pilots at Nevatim Air Base that Israel will respond to Iran's failed attack.
כשאנחנו מסתכלים קדימה, אנחנו שוקלים את צעדינו, והשיגור הזה של כל כך הרבה טילים, טילי שיוט, כטב"מים לשטח מדינת ישראל, יענה בתגובה.
General Halevi went on to address the significance of IDF's defensive measures vis-à-vis Iran's blatant attack, highlighting in English the unique collaboration with the United States Central Command, Royal British Air Force, and French Armed Forces, among other regional and global partners that had actively participated in support of Israel.
Over the weekend, Iran launched a large-scale attack on Israel. Over 350 ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, armed drones, and rockets were fired from Iranian soil, as well as Iraq, Yemen, and Lebanon, towards the State of Israel. Across the skies of the Middle East, a coalition was activated to counter this attack, marking the start of the IDF's Operation Iron Shield. The Israel Defense Forces, together with the United States Central Command, the British and the French Armed Forces, and other partners, operated together in real time in the air, on the ground, and at sea. Defense systems were activated, the threats were intercepted, and Iran's attack on Israel failed.
General Halevi further emphasized that, irrespective of Tehran's boastful declarations and threats, Iran will face the consequences for its actions.
We are closely assessing the situation. We remain at our highest level of readiness. Iran will face the consequences for its actions. We will choose our response accordingly. The IDF remains ready to counter any threat from Iran and its terror proxies as we continue our mission to defend the State of Israel.
It is important to highlight that, in contrast to circulating reports spouted as part of an Iranian disinformation campaign, IDF spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari clarified that Nevatim Air Base merely sustained nominal damage.
העשייה המבצעית בבסיס נבטים ממשיכה מסביב לשעון. בנוסף לכך, ראינו את הפגיעות כאן בבסיס מהתקיפה האיראנית. מדובר בנזק קל בלבד לתשתית, כאשר בסך הכל 4 פגיעות, פגיעה אחת הייתה ליד מסלול המראה, 2 פגיעות בשטח פתוח ועוד פגיעה אחת סמוך למבנה שגרמה לו נזק קל, זה היה מבנה בבנייה. כל הפגיעות האלה יתוקנו בימים הקרובים. הבסיס הזה מתפקד מסביב לשעון, הוא תפקד במהלך מבצע מגן מרזל, וגם היום מהבסיס הזה המריאו מטוסים להגן על שמי מדינת ישראל.
While Iranian threats leveled at Israel claim a vigorous Iranian response to any Israeli operational activities against it or its proxies throughout the greater Middle East, the IDF has already repeatedly struck Tehran's proxies in both Lebanon and the Gaza Strip, as the multi-sector war against Israel, which the Islamic Republic essentially facilitated, rages on.
מטוסי קרב של חיל האוויר תקפו במהלך הלילה שורת מטרות של חיזבאללה במספר מרחבים בדרום לבנון. בעזה, כוחות צה"ל ממשיכים לפעול במרכז הרצועה. עד כה במהלך המבצע במרחב הרגנו עשרות מחבלים ופגענו בתשתיות טרור.
While Israel is seemingly preparing for a retaliatory strike, the Iranian Foreign Ministry is trying to evade the consequences of its actions, pledging to escalate in the event of an Israeli strike.
اما چنانچه رژیم اسرائیل دست از پا خطا بکنه این بار پاسخ ایران همونطوری که نیروهای مسلح اعلام کردن حداقل نخواهد بود بلکه فوری و شدید خواهد بود.
The Iranian foreign minister's deputy also took to the screens in a marathon of interviews to claim that Iran would agree to end hostilities with Israel, while emphasizing its intention to retaliate against any Israeli retaliation and that anyone assisting Israel would also face Tehran's wrath.
اگر هر کسی به هر نحوی میخواد از رژیم صهیونیستی حمایت کنه در این رویارویی ما او رو و منافع او رو قاعدتاً هدف میگیریم.
It's important to know that while the Islamic Republic threatens regional states, its blatant attack toward Israel included hundreds of projectiles crossing the sovereign airspace of a number of countries absent their respective approval, such as Iraq and the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. And while separate Iranian proxies in Iraq, as part of the Popular Mobilization Forces, have voiced outrage over Jordan's role in intercepting many of the Iranian projectiles by opening its airspace for the U.S. Central Command and other actors. Nevertheless, Amman rejected Iran's hostile use of its airspace, pledging to confront any breach of its sovereignty.
ونعيد التجديد والتأكيد على أن القوات المسلحة الباسلة الجيش العربي ستتصدى مدعومة بأجهزتنا الأمنية والجهات المختصة لكل ما من شأنه تعريض أمن وسلامة الوطن ومواطنيه وحرمة أجواء وأراضيه لأي خطر أو تجاوز ومن أي جهة كانت وبكل الإمكانات المتاحة في هذا الصدد.
The Jordanian Prime Minister went on to urge all related parties to de-escalate the situation, which may lead to an all-out regional war.
اليوم كمجلس وزراء نحث جميع الأطراف على ضبط النفس والتعامل بانضباط ومسؤولية مع مختلف التوترات التي تمر بها المنطقة وبأن لا ننجر نحو أي تصعيد ستكون له بدون أدنى شك مآلات خطيرة ونشدد في هذا الصدد على ضرورة أن تعمل جميع الأطراف على خفض التصعيد وعلى أن تتصرف كل الأطراف بمسؤولية وأن تمارس أقصى درجات ضبط النفس وأن تتعامل بجدية ومسؤولية مع مخاطر التصعيد الإقليمي وتداعياته الكبيرة والخطيرة على الأمن والسلم الدوليين.
Jordan's public call for restraint also included a subsequent visit by Iraqi President Abdul Latif Rashid to Amman, where he held an extensive meeting with Jordan's monarch, King Abdullah II. Separately, Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani met with President Joe Biden at the White House in Washington, during the course of which the two leaders discussed the latest Iranian attacks, which also included a number of launches by Iranian proxy militias from Iraq.
The United States is committed to Israel's security.
والولايات المتحدة ملتزمة بأمن إسرائيل.
We're committed to a ceasefire that will bring the hostages home and preventing conflict from spreading beyond what it already has. We're also committed to the security of our personnel and partners in the region, including Iraq.
While calling for restraint, the Iraqi Prime Minister, for his part, stressed Baghdad's keen interest in deepening its ties with the United States beyond its security-related relations.
حيث تشهد العلاقة بين العراق والولايات المتحدة الأمريكية منعطفا مهما. نحن نبحث الأسس المستدامة والرئيسية لشراكة شاملة وطويلة الأمد مع الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية، سلسة ومدروسة وممنهجة إلى علاقة قائمة على الأسس الاقتصاد والمجالات الثقافية والأمنية والسياسية وفق اتفاقية الإطار الاستراتيجي.
Turning to Moscow, where Russia's Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov voiced Russia's deep concern over prospects of regional war.
Мы чрезвычайно обеспокоены эскалацией напряженности в регионе. Мы призываем все страны региона к сдержанности. Дальнейшая эскалация и в чьих интересах. И поэтому, конечно, мы выступаем за то, чтобы все разногласия решались исключительно политико-дипломатическими методами.
It is important to note that while Moscow seemingly backed Tehran's aggression against Israel, Iran's survivability has become a strategic interest for Russia, as the Islamic Republic has become one of its major munition suppliers for the war in Ukraine. Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. We would like to encourage you to pray for the peace of Jerusalem and salvation of Israel. Moreover, if you're blessed by our productions, which are exclusively donation-based, and as such broadcast free of charge, please consider making a donation. You can do so via our website, www.tv7israelnews.com. I'm Jonathan Hassan, wishing you an Erev Mevorach, and God willing, we'll see you during our upcoming update. Until then, Shalom from Jerusalem.